The desert has always been a graveyard of secrets. In the mid-1800s, when hopeful pioneers pushed west toward California's golden promise, many thought the barren sands of Nevada were just another obstacle in their path. They carried wagons filled with dreams, with families clutching at hope like water in their hands. But they didn't realize that the desert takes more than just your body. It takes your mind, your voice, your soul. The days were brutal, the kind of heat that scorches your skin until it blisters. The kind of light that blinds you if you dare to look too long at the horizon. At night, freezing winds howled across the dunes like the cries of the dead. The sand, restless, moved like it was alive, shifting in unnatural patterns as though covering something or someone, and many never made it through. Their bones sank beneath the desert, covered in dust, forgotten. But the desert does not forget, because death was only the beginning. Even now, truckers who drive across Nevada's endless highways whisper stories into their radios, pale figures waving for help, appearing suddenly in the glare of headlights, only to vanish into thin air. Explorers returning from abandoned mines speak of low chanting that seems to rise from the earth itself, carried on the wind. And then there is the woman, the one in torn 19th century clothes. She drifts barefoot across the dunes, her mouth stretched open in a silent scream that no one hears, but everyone feels deep in their chest. The Nevada desert isn't empty, it's hungry. One chilling encounter came from a group of hikers in the 1980s. They had camped near the Black Rock Desert, far from the nearest road, beneath a sky so clear it looked painted on. The silence was so complete that even their own breathing seemed too loud. At first, it was just footsteps, heavy, slow, deliberate, circling their tent. They froze, whispering nervously, convinced it was an animal, maybe a coyote, maybe worse. But when one of them unzipped the tent and peered outside, what he saw didn't belong to this world. A man stood in the dunes, his body glowed faintly like moonlight trapped beneath skin. His clothing was ragged, frontier clothes from another century. His face was gaunt, hollow, his eyes burning with something ancient. He didn't speak. He didn't move. He only stared at them. And then, without a sound, the desert swallowed him whole. His body sank into the sand as though it were water, leaving no trace. The hikers fled at dawn, swearing they would never return. The legends, the Sandwalkers' local native legends, tell of the Sandwalkers, spirits trapped between worlds, cursed to walk the dunes for eternity. It's said they only appear when someone is lost, when the desert has chosen its victim. At first, they look human. They even call out, sometimes sounding like a loved one, other times like a child crying for help. But those who follow them are never seen again. Some say the Sandwalkers don't just lure you deeper, they consume you, piece by piece, until the sand itself takes your shape. The Stranded Motorist, 1998. The most terrifying modern account came in 1998. A man driving along Highway 50, a stretch of asphalt called the loneliest road in America, broke down in the middle of the night with no signal, no passing cars. He decided to walk into the desert toward the faint outline of hills in the distance, but the desert was awake. He told police later that he began to hear whispers, faint at first, then growing louder. circling him, his name, always his name. Promises of water, promises of salvation. He thought he saw lantern lights flickering between the dunes, old-fashioned, like those carried by pioneers. Shapes followed him, shadowy figures that moved when he moved, stopping when he stopped. By sunrise, he stumbled back to his car, his lips cracked and bleeding, his skin blistered. But what haunted him most were the faces, dozens of them, rising from the sand itself. Men, women, children. Their mouths moved, but no sound came out. The man lived, but he never returned to the desert again. Ending the warning even today, those who travel Nevada's wastelands swear they feel watched. Sometimes they see movement in the dunes when the wind is still. Sometimes, when they close their eyes, they hear footsteps pacing in the sand. And the warning is always the same. If you cross Nevada's deserts, never look too long at the shifting dunes, because sometimes the dunes look back.